What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So we're going to do a stimulus package, stimulus check update. But before we do, I'd like to wish my sister a happy birthday. Won't tell you how old she is, but it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Veronica. So today we're going to do a follow-up. So I posted a video earlier today, Shepard Smith and Joe Manchin. There was an interview yesterday on CNBC, and I think Shepard Smith did a really good job of calling out Joe Manchin and calling out Congress right now for not doing anything when it comes to COVID relief. And so we're going to do a follow-up because, of course, Shepard Smith had a show today and he talked a little bit more about it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Put my little earpiece in. And let's hear what Shepard Smith has to say.
They've failed again. The progress we were promised on COVID disaster relief stalled in Washington yet again. The Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, rejected the $908 billion bipartisan proposal. The lawmakers behind that plan.
Now, this is important. Mitch McConnell, he came out later today and basically said, we're not going with this $908 billion proposal. And so this bipartisan proposal that Joe Manchin was talking about yesterday, Mitch McConnell does not want to go with that. And so that is not going to be, they're not going to call that one to the floor. They're going to call either Mitch McConnell's proposal, which he has a smaller proposal, or this $916 billion proposal that is said to have a $600 stimulus check, but no enhanced unemployment. So it's a trade-off there. Now, we're not even sure about that yet. We don't know exactly what they're talking about. This is something the White House has come down with, this $916 billion proposal. But Mitch McConnell did have his own proposal that he put out. So that might be where he wants to go. But it looks like right now they're stalled. They don't even know where they want to go. So we don't even have anything to look at. The only thing that we were really looking at was the $908 billion proposal, because there was no language, but we did have the bullet points, so we kind of knew there was an outline. We kind of knew where the money was going. But now we don't even have that anymore because Mitch McConnell's not going to go forward with it. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
And call it the only game in town. Senator Joe Manchin among them. He said during this news hour just last night that they were close. 90% there, he said. They're not. And the House has adjourned until at least Tuesday.
Get this. They've adjourned. They've adjourned until at least Tuesday. So they won't be back until Tuesday. Let's go ahead and continue.
All this while jobless claims jumped. More than 850,000 Americans claiming unemployment insurance for the first time last week. That's the most since September, and 120,000 more than expected. CNBC's Kayla Tausche now. Kayla, another night with no deal. Where do the talks stand?
Well, Shep, lawmakers have until tomorrow night to fund the government, first and foremost, for another week. That would keep relief negotiations open in the meantime. But the path forward, as Leader McConnell's office made clear to its counterparts, is uncertain at best. Both parties have top priorities that are seen as poison pills across the aisle. Republicans' broad liability shield for businesses, Democrats' high dollar figure for state and local governments. Now, McConnell's staff suggested both could be scrapped to get a deal, but not one or the other. Otherwise, there was no path forward. Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer, in a vitriolic speech on the Senate floor, called those two items false equivalencies. Lawmakers like Senator Manchin, who comprise this so-called 908 coalition, named for the size and the price tag of this bipartisan package, had hinted at progress earlier in the week after Democratic leadership signaled their support. But now some key senators on both sides of the aisle are signaling that a key element that is not included in that proposal is mandatory: direct checks.
If the Senate does not introduce and pass a relief proposal with this in it by next week, I will go to the floor and I will ask for an up or down vote on direct relief for working families.
A senior GOP aide tells me that it's likely that direct checks will get included in any final deal. It has the backing of the White House, but if there is a deal to be had, it needs to happen quickly. Shep?
Okay, so you see the House has adjourned. We don't know what's going on with the Senate. And you saw Josh Hawley. Now, he's a senator out of Missouri, and he's speaking out saying, look, we need direct payments. Now, he's a Republican, And you know that there are a lot of Republicans in the Senate, or we'll say some Republicans in the Senate, don't want another stimulus package, and they really won't speak on direct payments. And so Josh Hawley, he's come out and said, look, we need direct payments. We have some other senators that believe that we need direct payments. We heard Bernie Sanders. We've heard some other politicians talk about direct payments as well. And so this is definitely something that I think is gaining momentum, and it should be. I mean, it's ridiculous that we're going back to talking about direct payments again. Will there be stimulus checks? Will there be stimulus checks? Because I thought this was all figured out. I thought the White House was on board. Even Mitch McConnell was on board at one point in time. Nancy Pelosi was on board, Chuck Schumer, but now it looks like they're throwing that out. So you have to have these other politicians stepping up and saying, no, we should have direct payments. Why is that not on the table anymore? So it's good to see Josh Hawley say that. Now, I don't know how much power he's going to be able to garner with this going on the floor and calling it up or down vote. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Mitch McConnell can easily just ignore it. So we'll have to see where that goes. But maybe that should be something that they should be talking about. Look, if you want to do emergency stuff, then let's focus on the enhanced unemployment, the direct payments, and the PPP for small business. Focus on those three, get those done, and then work on this stuff. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like, I mean, it's so crazy. You think you have a package that's already been worked out, or at least negotiated for the last few months, and now they're just throwing that out. So we're the 2.2 trillion, that's gone. The 1.8 trillion, that's gone. Let's try this 908 billion. Okay, well, now it looks like that's gone. So I mean, it's just it's so crazy. And I think the best way to explain this is the way Shepard Smith explained it yesterday. And like I said, if you haven't caught that video, I'll post a link up here. You can check it out. But you just have politicians that are just, one side blames the other side, and they just keep going back and forth, and nothing gets done. Even at a time right now where we're in a pandemic and we're in a situation where people are desperate, and this is critical, and politicians are even saying it's critical, but then they're just blaming the other side and not doing anything about it. So we'll have to see. We're gonna have to continue to follow this. Hopefully next week we'll have some better news. But these direct payments, I think that's key. That needs to be in there. And so the hang up is still the hang up that they've had since May 15th when the House passed the HEROES Act, the first HEROES Act. They're still in the same hang up. State and local funding and liability protection. They're still arguing that. They have not moved forward with this. And so let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this whole situation down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.